Hey there, everyone. So the IRS posted a friendly reminder yesterday on their news board, and it has to do with tax filings for those U.S. expats that are living abroad. Okay, so some of the basics here: if you are a U.S. citizen or otherwise a U.S. tax resident and you're not living in the United States, you still have to file tax returns and pay taxes, right? That's the beauty of having a U.S. passport. So, and this includes dual citizens. So, if you're a U.S. citizen and you move abroad to take a job, or you just moved abroad, because you wanted to kind of live somewhere else, even if you're not working, you still have to file tax returns every year. Now, the one nice thing about living outside the U.S. is you do get a little more time as far as the regular deadline to file your return, right? So normally when we think of the filing deadline for Form 1040s, it's April 15th of every year. This year was April 18th because of Good Friday. But June 15th is the original deadline. So even if you didn't file an extension yet, you can still file a original Form 1040 if you're living outside the U.S. To go ahead and get that return in on time. So in order to qualify for this June 15 filing deadline, right, so they got the two bullet points here. Both your tax home and abode are outside the U.S. or Puerto Rico, or you're serving in the military outside the U.S., right? Now, what's important here, and I highly recommend, is always to file an extension anyway. So that's done with a 4868. And the reason for that, well, there's two reasons, right? So the first one is by filing that extension, it moves the deadline out to October 15th, just like everybody else that files that extension. But also, more importantly, is it helps to get the extension on file because I often see circumstances where expats will file an original return before June 15th. Let's say they filed June 1st. And even though they're living outside the US, the IRS system is not very good, and so it'll still flag it as a late filed return. So by filing an extension, you can get the extension on file and within the computer system. So when you do file in June, let's say June 10th or whatever, or you can wait up until October 15th, there's an extension on file and it shows that it's not being filed late. Now, some of the other points that they want to reiterate here, very, very important. If you're a U.S. Taxpayer and you're living outside the U.S. and you have foreign bank accounts or other foreign assets, a lot of additional reporting, right? You need to file FBARs with FinCEN. Those are the Form 114s, and those are used to report any kind of accounts, foreign accounts, where the value exceeded $10,000 during the year at any point, and that's collectively, that's across all of them. So, relatively low threshold. You also need to do 8938s if you have any other kind of foreign financial assets. So, in addition to filing your 1040, you've got a lot more disclosures than a regular U.S. taxpayer would, right? And remember, these are accounts, you're just reporting the values on these accounts. You still have to report the income too. So if you've got a savings account in a bank in Europe and you earn €5 on the account during the year, those €5 are reported on your return, right? Those are reported on Schedule B in the US dollar equivalent. You pay tax on it. And then, of course, you have to file an FBAR if the account values exceeded the 10K during the year. All right, so so that covers it for this video. Pretty straightforward. Again, it's just a friendly reminder for those U.S. persons that are living outside the country. You still got to file your 1040s, right? So make sure to get those in on time because the late filing penalties are severe. Very, very bad. So you don't want to miss those. So, all right, so thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Take care.